is NRG have been playing not as well as they used to. So maybe it's time for us to follow that storyline, huh? Game 1, XSET, the General NRG. Let's see who does it.
One of 4 matches going on right now, and of course we'll have updates as they all conclude. There's Justin, 13 seconds in, setting the tone for the General NRG.
It begins. He's going to destroy the universe atom by atom, and he's already getting started. It's 1 goal to go. Listen, it's going to be a long series, folks. A best of 5, XSET versus NRG. That's no shade on XSET. Let's talk about what this team does really well. They control pace really well, and that's something that JPL had started back when XSET was really getting going in RLCS X. He proved it many times on Champions Field against the likes of Turbo when Envy was still kicking. This is a very good team with JPL kind of leading charge vocally as an IGL, and you bring in someone like Rapid, like, I don't think Rapid gets enough love. He is a very, very competent player, and XSET absolutely has what it takes.
And you have Percy, who just watched Torrent sweep NRG and watching his former teammates go to work. He's like, all right, my turn. It's J-Pow's turn as he'll send one out towards Garrett G. And J-Pow right through him again, but Justin all the way down to the XSET half of the field. Percy let this one get away. Justin's the decoy. Squishy skies one up. Couldn't get the read coming down from that curve on the backboard. And it's Rapid, just met by Garrett G. Not a lot of team play early on out of XSET. This kind of individual efforts going downfield. Opportunity here, though. Percy looking for J-Pow, and Justin swats it away.
It's like a big old game of freestyle right now. It's you get a chance, Squishy going to take it to the backboard, then Garrett's going to circle through the corner. NRG trying to clear the ball back out to midfield. Nice back pass by Squishy and Justin combining. At least alleviates some of that pressure that XSET were able to apply early on. And a completely awkward but perfectly placed touch from Squishy. He just cuts in the lane. My brain kind of broke in this sequence. I don't know. This was great.
That first touch you saw from Squishy was the end of a broken play. Garrett G accidentally fell onto a clearance effort, and then it still turned into an NRG passing play. Point to point, make something out of nothing. They did, and now looked like the XSET defense was going to crumble. NRG was kind of poised and ready to strike, but they backed off for a moment. And now Garrett G with Squishy waiting. Percy trying to kind of hold his line. And now Justin looking after Rapid. J-Pow's got to get this out of the zone. He does over Squishy. Rapid, no redirect as Garrett G is in the way. NRG looking like a different animal from what we saw last regional and also last round or a couple rounds ago against Torrent. Percy's shot high and wide. Follow up from Rapid. Justin got a piece of it, threw the shot off. Here comes NRG again. Garrett for Justin. 3-0. Oh, it's far down and away. Garrett.
Hello?
Oh, he popped it back in.
Hello?
And Squishy will steal it at the end.
XSET, like, defibrillators out. Someone get on the goal line, make a save. J-Pow's, I got nowhere to go. Percy gets caught on the wall, clips the edge, and NRG get another goal off of it. So I was wondering, as NRG come into this series, was the gameplay style, the change that they made that clearly didn't work in the last start of this regional, but has been working so far now, big save from Garrett, is it the physicality through the goal line? Because a lot of times their physicality came between the lines on the sidewalls. That's where NRG would really excel and Garrett would get aggressive. Now you see Garrett taking point with the ball, and Squishy, once he goes towards the backboard, he'll go through the net and go for a bump or a demo. I'm wondering if they're playing a little bit more structurally down the field rather than just lateral movement. It seems that so far it's working, but it has been interesting.
Well, Percy will slot one lower left side, and XSET start the long comeback trail. 2:09 to go. A promising start here as that one finds Percy in a shooting spot. And now XSET has to go to work here. They can't afford to concede anymore.
It's going to be a long game 1. You could chalk it up to nerves or just, hey, a victim of circumstance, but it will be a very long game 1. It'll be interesting to see how XSET are able to respond to a deficit early on in the series. If they can work their way back and slow the game down. We talked about their pacing being a strong suit. So far, it's gotten behind them as Justin plays it down around the corner, looking for the center. All 3 pushed up for NRG, and they will fall back. So they're going to take their time with not a lot left on the clock to try to squeeze this game out.
And there's a lot of kind of indecisiveness out of NRG after that goal scored by XSET, but there's no indecisiveness there. Big shot from Justin, easily saved by J-Pow. Squishy shot, wide. And Garrett G just tracking this ball. Rapid dunked on him. Got it popped away from Justin, but there is Squishy. So even though there are a few cars in the same place going after the same ball, it worked out that time for the General. Now it's popped away, and J-Pow's got to get to it in a hurry, and more importantly, he has to find a teammate. He didn't. Instead, he found Squishy. Worst case scenario, Justin on the doorstep, popped one up, and J-Pow's got to get out for it. Rapid in a real tough spot. Justin head-hunting. Garrett G double denied by Rapid as he was hanging around on the corner of the goal.
Pressure continues. It's all three up for NRG. The entirety of this team is pushed into the orange half. Finally an escape by J-Pow, but quickly cut down by Garrett as well. Garrett's 50s so far this game have been perfect. Like, the dude's getting aggressive. He's pushed up with Squishy. They're taking chances with one another, trusting the instincts. It seems that the confidence that NRG had been lacking for, the past 2 months is finally coming back slowly, and it's really paying off. They have a nice lead right now, and they're trusting one another just to make an opportunity happen down the field.
Just send one away and challenge them to come right back at you. The problem is they might just do it. Rapid will score with 20 seconds left, and there's real life now for XSET.
I don't blame Squishy for the challenge. I just don't think he got the touch. I mean, clearly it did not go their way, but that's usually a situation where you would like kind of an immediate 50 stall. You both clamp on the ball, fall in the front of the box, and you get someone like Garrett or Justin to fall back and get a second chance. It just wasn't there. Nicely done by XSET.
2 great plays set up by J-Pow. He's trying to set up a third. Rapid shot denied by Garrett G, and emphatically so, deep into XSET territory. Percy had to choose between boost and ball. He took boost, playing the long game here now with no time on the clock, and Garrett G spikes it to the ground. The captain comes through. The General prevails in game 1.
Squishy was all over the field with 6 centers and 3 first touches. He was absolutely crucial for this victory early on. 2 shots for Squishy, 2 for Garrett, 3 for Justin. And when Justin's kind of having a quiet game, but not by results-wise, just more of how the game naturally progressed, that's probably the best case scenario, because it just means that he's always a threat. He's there looming if you need him, but you're clearly controlling midfield. You're clearly controlling the pace. And in the Mobile 1 high-performance replay, you see the pressure they have on the goal line, Stacks. It was constant appliance from all 3 up at a time. NRG were comfortable.
Them two, historically, they are not the team that we see all the time. So as we jump into Aquadome here, Stacks, I need to see XSET take advantage of these small opportunities, simply spoken, because the General NRG ain't going to give you many other ones. So take what you can get and see if you wind up on the good side.
Yeah, NRG did not light up the scoreboard by any means. They had a lot of offense and a lot of control throughout the game, but only 7 shots to 4, the advantage when all was said and done. Now J-Pow trying to bounce one through. Rapid directed up over the crossbar, and Justin there to improvise. He's going to run low on boost. Squishy and Garrett waiting to fall in as well, but they were all kind of bunched up there, and maybe one good challenge out of XSET could have beaten all 3. But now Squishy around the boards. Garrett G's there. Here comes Justin. It's 1-0.
Yeah, if you're XSET, you can't allow that ball to go uncontested around the goal line. Like, this just careens in heaven for NRG, and no one gets a clean touch. That's Percy's, that's Rapid's, that's J-Pow's ball. You have to be able to get in front and meet that. I know it's tough. I know it's a hard read, but in the end, that's just too much opportunity for NRG, and they're probably not going to miss.
The most important matchup outside of this one arguably would be Space Station against version 1. And we'll tell you why in a moment here as Rapid tries to get this out of the zone. Basically, if Space Station wins in their match today, nobody else or nobody can clinch a spot at Worlds, as Justin's double is denied by Percy. But if Space Station loses in their second round here in the lower bracket, all NRG and FaZe Clan need to do is win their matches. They will clinch for a spot at Worlds. This is going to be bounced away. Garrett G had it deflected out to the corner. And Percy now for J-Pow. Had to go a long way just to get a touch, and Squishy made him pay the price for it. Nobody's going to get back. No, Rapid just barely does. It was starting to change colors on the goal line, but Rapid saves the day. It's still only 1-0 to NRG.
A little bit of that Reynolds finesse that we saw in game 4 and 5 of the last series, just pulling up from midfield. And you're like, okay, that's the shot we can establish. They're not going to challenge us on it. Fine. We'll keep getting aggressive, moving right through the box. What can J-Pow do now in the transition? You have Rapid very far back. Percy waiting for a center, but it just won't be there. These are probably instances where you would like a little bit more commitment onto the ball if you are XSET. They're getting bullied around. There's no way. Oh, Garrett, he just bullies his way around. You saucy little salamander. Just a 1v3.
Whoop. And see ya. J-Pow forgot to take the ball with him. There's your analysis. Almost 2 minutes gone by.
Yeah,
NRG.
you'd like a little more presence on the ball. Set.
Yeah, you'd like just a little more. Tell you what. Garrett G erasing all doubt, but now J-Pow got it right back. There's the double. That's the big play XSET's been waiting for.
J-Pow had to step up, and he does. Gets it right off the kickoff. It's a beautiful touch early on, and a better finish from J-Pow. One of those gimme goals that you have to connect with. So they'll cut the lead in half. Now looking for the equalizer. NRG a little bit stunned on the kickoff, but that's the best way to respond. If you're XSET, immediately get it right back. Waste no time. Try to hold possession from here on out.
J-Pow will leave it for Percy. They beat the defense again! And after giving up that second goal, 16 seconds later, it feels like, it's a brand new game.
I don't really know how to break that one down. It just kind of happened. So tied up 2-2, 250. I don't think NRG expected it to be as on target as it was. Reddit, calm down.
If you want
Twitch chat,
advice
calm
on
down.
how to break something down, Spaceman, just ask these two teams. The defenses have broke down plenty. Squishy up high, and there's, oh my goodness, he got so much behind that second touch. And then Justin almost had this go in off of Percy. Pressure still on here. Now, this is a game that has become high scoring out of nowhere, it seems.
Yeah, it was really controlled by NRG for the longest time. It was a continuation from their last game. But all of a sudden, XSET it just seemed like they woke up. They got one goal. All of a sudden, they're starting to read these touches more. They're finding long lateral clears to get to the other side wall to allow for Rapid and J-Pow to move up to get possession. And not a lot of midfield pressure for NRG right now. It's been all of XSET. Let's see how they play it.
J-Pow plays it by throwing one high into the corner, and Squishy's got forever and a day to play this. And for all that time and effort, Rapid just picked his pocket, flip reset to set up Percy, and it's pounded away. Here comes NRG, quick counter attack, and that's a wayward touch. That does not go anywhere close to the net. So now Squishy trying to set up Garrett G, and Percy's in the way. This is kind of what the game has devolved into now. Just kind of throw it up there and see if anybody can make a play. And if it turns into that, I think you got to favor NRG. Percy picked Garrett's pocket. And now J-Pow coming on against Justin, who does a fantastic job holding his ground. A great defensive effort in a game and arguably series where we haven't seen much of that out of anybody. As Squishy got one through Rapid, but only as far as Percy, who's got it back across and well wide.
Yeah, XSET are playing very congested on a lot of these lanes where NRG used to have success in the start of this game. But look at those long rotations from NRG. Once they go up individually, Justin circling all the way back across the field. You have Squishy and Garrett doing the same thing when it's not their turn on the ball. NRG are leaving a lot of space for these individual challenges from someone like J-Pow or Percy. And all it takes is one bad redirect or one bad 50 to make this a 3-2 ball game for XSET. I'm getting a little worried for NRG because right now they're taking so much space just to essentially do what they've been doing all game.
J-Pow will try and carry this through. But it's going to go right back to the center line where Rapid and Garrett G will battle for possession. Percy now for Rapid with 25 on the clock. XSET has done what they need to do. Hang around in this game. And now it's their turn to strike. J-Pow looking for that corner boost. It did not spawn for him. Rapid gave it back to J-Pow. Squishy though for Justin, and that little hesitation there in the corner almost cost XSET. It still might here with 5 seconds on the clock. Garrett G beaten by J-Pow. It's only Squishy at the back. J-Pow got around him. Here's Rapid for the win, and Justin with the save.
Oh, it's still up. It's still up.
No way. Garrett didn't have any support at all, so we go to overtime. It looked for a moment like XSET was going to steal it with no time on the clock, but now the reset is exactly what NRG needed. Garrett for Justin again denied, and Garrett couldn't get around for a follow-up shot.
Yeah, got to keep attention up if you're XSET. You don't want to lose on the opening kickoff. It almost looked like that would be the case, but NRG know the situation now. Look at how far pushed up they are. 3-man up like they did in game one. That bounces off the ceiling favorably for NRG. Garrett gonna pop it, but no one else around. Squishy can't meet the challenge. If you're XSET, you breathe a sigh of relief, but Squishy trying to play demo man in the back. Justin on a one-on-one to the backboard, looking for the pinch, denied.
But still, it's NRG on possession, and the artist Squishy trying to create here, and he almost manufactured an opportunity for Garrett G. Now Percy with Rapid to his left. J-Pow in behind. He'll be called into action against Squishy. And a neutral 50 will leave possession for whoever decides they want it. It's Percy, and his shot, technically, saved away by Justin. Savior medal for him. As we go through the first minute of overtime, nothing giving here. 2 quick goals scored about 10 seconds apart by XSET. Tied this game near the midway mark. And there's been nothing since, but plenty of close calls as Garrett G will try to set up Justin. And he just let possession get away. They're going to try and play the long game with Squishy coming up.
I mean, this is the first time that all 3 members of NRG have actually somewhat had boost. Great pass to Squishy. Great shot from Squishy off the top bar. Here comes Garrett. The winner, not there. Garrett tried to get another shot on target, but Justin trying to circle back through the midfield. And it's the boost consumption right now. They don't have enough to continuously follow up on these shots. It's all of XSET. They can get back to midfield and stall this ball out.
Rapid. Hammers one across, but there's Garrett G waiting. Squishy again out to the corner. Percy, backboard. Easily sent away by Justin. Just another kind of bring him in, slingshot, repel it away. Wait for someone to blink. Percy shot. Easy save by Garrett. Another one kicked out. Nobody close to that pass, so XSET has to reset. And now it's only J-Pow to save them here in game 2. Justin denied by Percy. The XSET defense did just enough to buy their teammates time to get back. J-Pow will pop this one away, but it could be coming right back in, courtesy of Squishy. It is. Rapid's there. And, I think he threw off Squishy, but it doesn't matter. No follow-up from XSET. Sure, you can win one challenge, Spaceman, but it doesn't matter if you don't have a follow-up, and NRG are content to lose one challenge if it means they get to keep possession later on. They got to make a save here, and Squishy does.
Yeah, and here's the thing. So now NRG have boost, so when they're getting these extra challenges individually, they can afford those long rotations because they always have someone at midfield to circle back, get back into play, and challenge the ball. It's something that XSET just weren't ready for, and it sneaks its way in for Garrett. It's a game victory winner, 3-2 in overtime. And just things like that work out for NRG that XSET should have been ready for.
Justin got a piece of that in the corner. Great pass, nice shot, good game. The General NRG up 2-0 in the series with back-to-back 3-2 results, trying to clinch a spot at the World Championship if they do their job here today.
Their job. I like the way you put that one, because the General NRG are clocking in and earning their paycheck right here. Let's take a look at the replay real quick, brought to you by Mobile One, the high-performance replay. And Garrett G doesn't have to work a lot there to get it done for sure. But the response in overtime is really what I'm looking at to us to stick our heels in the mud. This is where you do it. If you get 2 knockouts in a row in these regionals, I think it's a bad plan. But look at the General NRG here. They've got to make this weekend count, and this is where they do it.
NRG was told to quit a long time ago, but they've chosen to conquer instead. Up big now on XSET, and this one's going to sneak on through, so this trend continues, Spaceman, of goals in the first 30-some-odd seconds. This time 16 seconds in, but it's XSET that scores off the opening kickoff.
Yeah, that's an exclamation point. Nice. As that just rolls in. Okay, no defense. Love it. I like what I'm seeing from NRG, but again, I mean, this is a long game, all that stuff. They have a really nice lead right now in the series, 2-0. But that is another goal. It's like, that went in. Okay, Garrett gonna try to get it right back, but XSET gonna have to work off that goal. That's the foundation. That's the stepping stone. How do they build off this? We asked that question in game 1. Can they come through in game number 3 and build a confident offense off that opening goal?
A lot of World Championship implications here as we close out day 1 of the 7-Eleven Slurpee Cup. F-Dot, you've got an update for us.
We do. The Sonics have trounced Rogue 3-0. They're not going to continue on. Nice save by Rapid there. And FaZe Clan are seconds away from kicking out Knights with a 4-0 emphatic slam. 3-0 overall. And it's Squishy. I'm telling you, if he's got 1 million fans, I'm one of them.
He's got more than 1 million, I'm sure. And Squishy has an equalizer here in the first minute of game 3. So XSET enjoying a lead for the first time in this series for a very limited amount of time.
I didn't see Rogue lose, so it doesn't count. I don't care what anybody
No,
says.
I think it does count.
No,
I think we just kind of assumed because it's Rogue, and you've told us, Space, that's kind of what they do.
I don't recall this conversation. That's amazing. Rogue, of course. X Games champion's going to go all the way this weekend. Love it. Percy looking from the back corner. Oh, what a shot, and great save by Garrett. And that's been a big response for NRG, right? Reestablishing the rhythm they had and carrying the momentum they were able to find in that overtime into game 3.
Hard off the back wall. It is Justin that has to chase that touchdown from Garrett G, and he'll just go right at Rapid, not giving him any time to breathe. Garrett G away. Percy ran into Justin. It's only J Pow at the back. Percy coming in as well. Not able to get there in time. Just that little bump where he ran into Justin right there. Stop Percy from getting to Squishy's shot here.
It's hard to read for Percy. The depth perception closes in on you way too quickly, and Squishy just takes what he's given. It was perfectly set up by the pop from Garrett. That's a traditional old-fashioned NRG goal, and they get it right back to get the game lead. Currently leading again in the series 2-0 for XSET. Both these teams obviously in the lower round. This is a team with a lot of promise, a lot of praise, but right now they're just not able to meet the challenge, and NRG is just doing what they have to.
Squishy denies that centering effort. J Pow going after Garrett G. Good luck. Now Percy, softball or volleyball style setup for Rapid, who's got the flip reset. And he's also got Garrett G, not letting him play at all. Garrett G away from J Pow as well. And XSET gonna be a little frustrated as they go back to square one. Trailing by a goal. Rapid trying to do something about it. Not this time. Follow up from Percy, denied by Squishy, who tries to play with possession rather than just booming it away. And it does indeed work out for NRG. I think that threw off XSET as well.
Justin's been the quietest player for NRG, at least in this best of 5. And that's, again, not a bad thing at all. It's credit to how Squishy and Garrett have been commanding the field. But that should scare you. Like, he's that quiet boogeyman in the back. If you lose sight of him, if he gets upfield with the ball, he's going to punish you for it. And he's been making a couple of crucial saves. That's where the majority of his points have come from. He will get the corner boost, so resources are here for the general. From the backboard, Justin going to meet it again and get it back out through the corner. Good pop by XSET, but no one else in the vicinity to continue this play. It's just been methodical defense from Justin.
Garrett G trying to play that indirect for himself, but now it's Squishy, met by J Pow, and Justin just clears J Pow right out. Squishy has all day to play this ball, and especially with the demo on Rapid, that forces Percy up. There's one win for Squishy, and then he goes 1-1 against XSET on that exchange. Rapid now with some time to create, and Squishy, again, not letting him have any of it. Squishy has made it a point to not let Rapid have any time or space, and if he does, Squishy closes the door immediately.
Oh, this could be a chance. Oh, that absolutely could be a chance. Great cut down by Rapid, but no extension off the takeaway. No challenge upfield, no corralling the ball and bringing it down for a counterattack. Struggling to hold on possession as pressure time has been there for the boys in blue. And even with these slight shots to the corner, it kills time off the clock. It creates more panic on the defensive front. You lose boost. NRG playing this very nicely.
And even then, with Rapid dribbling downfield, Squishy was after him. There's the save by Squishy again on Percy. Squishy's defense has been superb over the last couple of games. He's coming through at a big spot now for NRG, trying to sweep their way into the weekend. Rapid beaten out by Garrett G, so here's Justin to burn more time off the clock. And if he scores here, it might be all academic. Garrett G with the double.
Man called game right off the rip. And that's where Justin comes up big. He doesn't need to score the opening goals or the go-aheads to have an impact. He just comes up in the last 30 seconds, makes a play after saving shot after shot from XSET, puts it right where Garrett can reach it, and Garrett will do the rest. That is beautiful from NRG, and that might be enough to get them to Saturday.
Look, game score isn't everything, but all 3 members of NRG have a higher in-game score than any member of XSET. It is a well-rounded effort that looks to be enough as Squishy makes the save there on one last big effort out of J Pow. Percy to bring it right back to J Pow. Rapid shot, caught a lot of blue. And now it kicks back out. Squishy will just sky one in the air. And this ball is just going to hang up there for an eternity. No time on the clock. And the General NRG survives and advances at long last in the spring split.
Sweep or get swept. That's NRG's motto right now. It's worked in some aspects. It hasn't worked in others. But the new game plan, it's a little bit slower, a little bit more methodical, but allows Garrett to get, it seems as if, more involved in the offense upfield. The physicality's been there. They're trusting Justin and Squishy to make those crucial saves. This team looks like they're keeping everything in front of them, and they're not panicking when things go completely awry. something that had been a question mark for NRG and Achilles heel for them. They started to panic and lose their confidence in the Winter Major, in the last regional. Right now, they are taking things in stride and just playing through each other, which has clearly made a difference.
7 out of the last 10 series that NRG has played, this I believe goes back to the Winter Major, have been 3-0 results, one way or another. There has been a sweep, whether they get swept out of an event as they did a couple weeks ago during the Verizon Ultra Cup, or sweeps today where they get swept down to the lower bracket, but then they pull off a sweep at the end here to take down XSET, and they will indeed move into the top 8 on Saturday and still continue to fight for their lives and try and clinch a spot at the World Championship if they don't today with the help of version 1.
Man, what a story here, man. The general NRG, a fall from grace, or was it just a stutter step, a speed bump?